Right.
And then okay.
Yeah.
And then I'll go from there.
Yeah, I'm looking right at it. In fact, I'm going to. Yeah, HC. I assume is you. That's the right.
Yep.
Right.
Sam Brown, my good friend. How are you?
What's up, Sam?
Everybody, my name is Zinni Abraham. I'm CEO of Zinni62 Media, and started Oakland's first YouTube partner channel way back in 2000. What became the partner channel, but it started in 2006. And
Zinni's a great journalist.
No, blogger. I'm
Covered
not a
all the stuff.
I take an opinion on things. I learned that from Peggy Stinnett a long time ago as a columnist. She says, you're only effective when you're angry about something. That means I take a position. So I don't believe that journalism can be objective anyway. It's impossible. But that's me. So yeah. But all that aside, I'm excited to present my friend Rob Bonta.
All right. I'll be slowly trickling, so I hope Rob will be a little late, so at least we could start going first, right?
There is that elected official thing, So,
yeah. I hope everybody have their drinks. I got mine. I got kombucha. Oops. You can see kombucha right there.
Okay. So the Eastbay is going to be joining as well?
Eastbay, probably like all bays. This is statewide. Statewide.
On my screen, I only see about 10 people. Here we go.
Hey, by the way, this is live stream too on my channel. So it'll be a
cool.
Yeah.
All right. All right, more people trickling in. All righty.
Hey there.
Hey, how are you? Welcome.
Welcome. Hi.
Yeah, outstanding. Nice furniture you got back there.
Hey, is that real?
Oh, mine is, but he's got that chair that reminds me of 2001: A Space Odyssey behind him.
About to take off.
Yeah.
About to take off.
Yeah. Someone call the offspring Rudy Gingrich, rather. Let him know that somebody's still using his designs.
Yeah, right. If you hear Hal, you'll know we're really in it.
Yeah.
Barry, did you get a haircut?
Hey, who's that? Who's that?
I remember one of our meetings months ago, we were talking about your haircut and lack thereof.
Yes. Yes, I've had multiple haircuts now, Tony. Thank you. I even shaved once too.
But I don't have any hair, so I really shouldn't be talking, huh?
No, it's all good. It's all good. Any hair is good. Anything's good, right?
Tava, I like that. Smiley faces, the border. Oh, I can't hear you.
Me?
No, Tava.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah.
I'll keep the smiley faces. I didn't know everybody could see what I was doing. Yeah, I kind of like them too.
Are we starting right at 6 or?
Probably start like maybe 5 minutes
After, because it's 6 right now. That's why.
Oh, 6. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And by the way, this is on. I just tweeted out the live stream too.
Cool.
Cal, San Francisco, and Eastbay joint mixer features FET's really Rob Bonta, California Attorney General. So there we are.
Great.
We'll probably start in maybe 5 minutes.
Okay, 9:05 or 6:05. Excuse me.
Or, yeah, 6:05.
Yeah.
Is that okay with everyone?
Sure.
Yeah. I can't hear you.
Yeah.
All right. Come on, folks. Let's get excited. Let's get revved up. This is exciting. We're celebrating Rob Bonta. You got to come on in with our blood flowing or some equivalent. Yeah, how's that? Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Bring in 21 people.
T-minus 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Might as well bring a mission control field with all this.
We've got a theme going now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There is like space.
I know some people got those I guess what's called the DJ boxes that could manipulate put like sound and music.
Yeah, that's an idea. I was going for more of the Space 1999 thing, so it's that doggone chair behind him. It's that chair. This is,
Yeah.
I think, hey Jerry, I think you won the award for the best background.
yeah.
Thank you. That's because everybody else has gone home here. I have also got that way to do the blur too. Have you guys tried the blur?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, I seen the blur.
Let me see if I got it. Here we go.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Ooh, Artie.
Yeah, there we go.
Ooh. Yeah.
Nice to see everybody. Some of these faces I haven't seen for a while.
In my case, you've probably seen me for the first time. Or maybe
Yeah.
not. I don't know.
Francie, this is Lee. I received several text messages and emails from members who registered but can't find their link now, so I'm frantically sending them messages, so give them a minute or two.
That's exactly what happened to me. I almost had to re-register and then I was searching and searching.
Yeah, it is a little complicated to register and then have to register again for the Zoom. Yeah.
T-minus 2 minutes and counting.
Right.
I figured out a solution for that. I got so frustrated sometimes missing meetings and that I couldn't find a link in all my 48 junk mails that day. I try to get a hold of the link before the meeting, and then I send myself an email with the subject line super link with the date. And that way when the meeting is coming up, I do a search of all my emails saying super link, and then the meetings that I registered for pop up along with the date. So I just go to there and at the link. So I don't know if that worked for anybody else, but it decreased my mental anxiety a little bit. So I thought I'd just pass that along.
I finally got Google Calendar and I just put it in my Google Calendar and it's there on the date and the time and I expected. That is if I put it on the right date.
Oh, less than a minute, folks. About 20 seconds. Ms. Chan, you ready?
Yep, it's 5. Yep.
Welcome, everybody. And I'm Zenny Abraham, Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of Zenny 62 Media and Oakland News Now, one of 100 blogs that we run. I want to say that I'm honored to be here to celebrate my friend Rob Bonta, and I'll leave it to the man of the hour, the other man of the hour. Eddie, take it away.
All right. So my name is Hanley Chan. I'm the district governor for the San Francisco, CALI San Francisco chapter, and the director, Sean Walsh, right there, down there. And this is a joint meeting of the district, and the Eastbay director, Tony Suggs, is right here. Let me enter people in. And then the district governor, Robert Brestford. Add some people in. Okay. Just want to acknowledge all the CALI leadership, President Robert Rice, VP of Administrative Service and Listserv Chair Lee Wolf, VP of Investigative Services and Professional Development Chair Cynthia Cavalli Gonzalez, Chris Reynolds, Treasurer and Secretary Frank Vinton III. Also, we would like to welcome our Government Affairs Committee, Francie Kohler and Jerry Desmond, for being with us at this historic meet and greet event. Your turn.
We're going to start with the singing of our national anthem by Melody Chang. Melody is a classically trained singer with a rich, warm voice who's performed in productions with Austin Opera and Zach Theater. You can find her cover band performing for community cultural festivals. Follow her journey with the rest of us on social media at Mel Musica. And without any further ado, I'm looking forward to.
Okay, let me put the flag on. Okay. Stand by. All right, so everybody see it?
Yeah.
All right, please stand up or sit down or, do what you do.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets reclaim, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, see, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Melody.
Wow.
Thank you very much. Is the Attorney General with us?
Yes.
Outstanding. It is my pleasure to say, first of all, that California Attorney General Rob Bonta has one unique quality that has served him well for over a decade. It doesn't matter whether you're talking to him on the street or in a room or a restaurant or among thousands of people at the California Democratic Convention, he has the unique ability to make you feel as if you are the most important person in the room. That quality will serve him well. It has served him well, but it will serve the state of California well moving forward. It is my sincere, proud pleasure to introduce California's next Attorney General, Rob Bonta.
Thank you. Thank you, Zenny. Good to see you. Thanks for that very kind introduction. I appreciate seeing you both on the street, on BART, and at Democratic Convention, and many other places where we run into each other. And always appreciate the opportunity to catch up with you and check in. And thank you to Hanley Chan, my longtime friend, for inviting me, and I appreciate the opportunity to be with CALI tonight. Again, Rob Bonta, California State Assembly member right now, representing Oakland, Alameda, and San Leandro. I've been nominated by the Governor of California to serve as the next California Attorney General, and the next step along the way is the confirmation process. I need to get confirmed by my colleagues in both houses, in the Assembly and the Senate, and should I have that honor and privilege, I'll be the California Attorney General after that. But take nothing for granted, and we're preparing for confirmation hearings and looking forward to the conversation with my colleagues. I also happen to be the first Filipino American state legislator in the history of California. If I become the Attorney General, I'll be the first Filipino American Attorney General in the history of California as well. And I just want to say that I appreciate the opportunity to be here with you tonight. I thank you for your efforts to advance investigation and security professions through educational programs and legislative advocacy. And I understand that you are the largest professional organization of its kind, 1,500 strong and growing. So congratulations on your size, your scope, your influence, and your organization. I want to give a quick shout out to CALI President Robert Rice, who I see here with us, as well as Vice President Cynthia Cavalli Gonzalez. Appreciate your leadership. Hanley speaks very highly of you, so I appreciate the opportunity to be with you and spend time with you. And, you know, we are in a very unique moment. In some ways, one that's full of a lot of frustration and anxiety and worry, anger, but also for me, full of hope and optimism. We are, I think, on the precipice of reopening in ways that we haven't seen for the last year. We're getting record numbers of vaccines in arms. Schools are starting to reopen. Businesses are starting to reopen. We have a June 15th date as a marker for when we will have no restrictions. The data supports that. But we besides an international pandemic, we're also dealing with an economic recession that the pandemic caused. We are in the middle of a racial justice reckoning. And right now, we all know we're all probably following the trial of Mr. Chauvin in Minneapolis. We already had a homelessness challenge, a climate crisis. So we have a lot that we are wrestling with, and we need to walk and chew gum at the same time. We need to address them all at once. That's what we've done our best to do in the state legislature. And the Attorney General will also have office will also have broad scope in addressing all of those issues. One particular issue is really of concern for me, and that's the issue of API hate violence that we're seeing far too much of throughout the nation and in the state of California. Right here in my district, as Zenny knows well, in Oakland, Chinatown, we're seeing our beloved seniors being spit on and yelled at, punched in the face, shoved down, some even murdered. And we need to make sure that we condemn and denounce and also take action to hold perpetrators accountable and help the victims heal. So that would be a top priority for me if I become the Attorney General for the state. Also addressing the broken parts of our criminal justice system and making sure that those folks who've been treated unfairly are treated with equality and dignity and humanity and compassion that they deserve. Taking on our climate crisis and making sure that disadvantaged communities that live at the intersection of pollution and poverty are not mistreated or hurt, and making sure big corporations don't cheat everyday Californians. So for me, my view of the Attorney General's office. A lot of people call it the top cop. You may have heard that before. I don't like to call it that. I call it the people's attorney. It's the chief law officer for the state of California who stands up for Californians when they're being hurt, abused, mistreated, harmed by those who abuse their power. And in short, it's standing up for the little guy against the abuse of the big guy. And there's nothing wrong with the big guy when the big guy treats everyone fairly, but when they overstep the law or abuse their power, the AG, the Attorney General, comes in to uplift everyday folks in California who are just trying to live their lives and realize their dreams and meet their full potential. So a lot to do, but I appreciate your efforts, your work, your leadership, and the opportunity to spend time with you. If you ever need a partner in the Attorney General's office, and should I get confirmed in the next few weeks, please think of me as someone who wants to help improve the lives of everyday Californians and move our state forward. My parents were activists to the core. My dad marched in Selma, was involved in the civil rights movement. Both of them worked for the United Farm Workers of America. I actually grew up in the headquarters of that movement in La Paz. My father worked in the front office with Cesar Chavez while we lived in a trailer. My mom, a Filipino immigrant who came here when she was 28 years old after a 3-week ship ride, fought for the restoration of democracy in the Philippines after the declaration of martial law by Ferdinand Marcos and his human rights abuses until democracy was restored. So they taught me to fight injustice and help people and right wrongs. And that's what I've done my best to do as a legislator. And should I have the opportunity to serve as the California Attorney General and get confirmed, that's what I seek to do in that role as well. So thank you for your leadership. Look forward to being your partner and working together. Thanks for having me, Hanley, and everybody.
How about a hand for Assembly Member and Attorney General to be Rob Bonta? Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Next
so
order.
go ahead.
Our
Yeah.
next order of business. There's no Eastbay or San Francisco County election discussion, as I'm instructed here. Is that correct?
Yeah, Francie. Yeah, we'll hit it to Francie to talk about some legislative stuff.
Okay, Francie, you're on.
Thank you, Hanley. Yes, Mr. Bonta, I'm actually a constituent for a few weeks, and it was a pleasure to meet you on our campaign for legislation week that we had. That was very special to be able to meet with your staff, and we just want to say that for us, for the California Association of Licensed Investigators, we do have a strong advocacy. We have a strong member grassroots program headed by our lobbyist, who's right next to you on the screen here, Jerry Desmond. And we really want to just welcome you to this meeting. It's quite a pleasure. And the main thing that we're very happy with, very pleased with, is the carve out that we received in AB 5 last year for independent contractors, because that would have been us out of business had we not been able to get that exemption, not only for private investigators individually, but for business to business purposes as well. So we appreciate that. And you may know that we gave our Legislative Excellence Award to one of your colleagues, Assemblymember Jesse Gabriel. You're very pleased to do that as well. And the other thing is we always support open records. That's very important to our profession. We need that access to records to be able to do our work for our clients. So thank you for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for your kind words, Ms. Kohler. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you. And let's see.
Jerry, you want to say something?
Well, I would concur, of course, with what Francie said. That's what private investigators have an important role to ensure that justice is accomplished and to get the truth and get the facts. And we do rely upon public records. And I know that, majority of those in the Capitol and elected office like yourself stand for open records and public records for all sides. And, our membership is comprised of investigators that work on all sides of issues. It's not a uniform or uniform approach to issues or laws or to practices. And so but the value is to know that we do have a vital role. We're regulated, we're subject to confidentiality. a number of provisions like that, background checks that that we stand for. So we appreciate you knowing us, and you knowing a couple of our members already with Hanley and having a good relationship with him. He's a great representative, to you on our behalf. So thanks for spending some time with us. So we first wish you the best on the confirmation. I don't know if you have a plan on when that schedule of a confirmation might take place. Is it months or years or days? Really curious, or even if you know yet.
Well, first of all, thank you for the kind words, Jerry, and appreciate your insight as well. And the confirmation hearings are possibly likely to be the week after next, but not confirmed yet. That's just kind of where some of the preliminary discussion is headed. The governor wants to move quickly for confirmation, since there's an interim attorney general, and former Attorney General Besteta is now Secretary of Health and Human Services. So he wants to move quickly, as do I. So you might see something the week after next.
Awesome. Rob, real quick, how can we help you as well on your way to the confirmation?
Thank you for asking. Great question, Zenny. There's ways to express support if that's what you wish to do as an organization. There's an assembly committee and a Senate committee that are having hearings for confirmation, and then from there it goes to the floor of each house. And I don't know if it's designated yet, but I believe that there will be a set of emails where you can send letters of support encouraging confirmation if that's the will of the California Association of Licensed Investigators.
You bet. And CALI has testified in support of appointments in the past, assembly members. So that's something the leadership can certainly take a look at. It's not unusual at all for us to take positions and support, appointments and, nominations and things like that. So it is very appropriate for us. And thank you for mentioning it, Zenny.
You're welcome. Very welcome. Very welcome.
Thanks, Jerry. Thanks, Zenny.
You got it. My pleasure. Hanley, what's next?
I think this present for Rob Bonta. Melanie will sing a great song for you.
There you go.
Is going to be Perfect by Ed Sheeran. I found a love for me, darling, just dive right in, follow my lead. I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. I never knew you were that someone was waiting for me. So we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time, darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own, and in your eyes you're holding mine. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite songs. When you said you looked a mess, I whispered underneath my breath, but you heard it. Darling, you look perfect tonight. Well, I found a woman stronger than anyone I know. She shares my dreams. I hope that someday I'll share a home. I found love to carry more than just my secrets, to carry love, to carry children of our own. We're still kids, but we're so in love, fighting against all odds. I know we'll be alright, this time. Darling, just hold my hand. Be my girl, you'll be my man. I see the future in your eyes. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my hands, barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite songs. When I saw you in that dress, looking so beautiful, no, I don't deserve this. Darling, you look perfect tonight. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite songs. I have faith in what I see. Now I know I have met an angel in person, and she looks perfect. No, I don't deserve this. You look perfect tonight.
Millie Chang, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Very nicely done.
Thank you. Melody, quick question. We can find you on Instagram. Do you have a website as well?
Yeah, on Facebook, I go as Melody Joy Music, and I will add it to the chat.
Cool. And I'm going to break this out for everybody as a separate vlog and video, and they can hear your performance. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Next, in closing, we have other district announcements. April 8th of this year, the Scope Now webinar will be held. I don't have a time for that. I assume that will be the same time as this starts. And then April 20th, we have the Pi Trivia Night Zoom fundraiser. And is that pi like 3.14 pi? Okay, yeah. I just want to make sure. I was going to throw in a pie joke there, but I won't bother. And then on April 29th, we have an intro to drones for investigators. And that is something that I would personally like to check out because I've become obsessed with drones. Rob, going as the AG, you got to have some good drone legislation for us, my man. They're getting out of hand. And I want to thank Haley for inviting me and allowing me to present MC and present Assemblyman Bonta and meet this great group of people. Some of the people I know already. And I hope you have a great evening, everybody, and stay active in all ways. Thank you.
Can I ask a quick question?
Hey, yeah. Who's that?
This is Robert Rice, President. Thank you again, Assemblyman Bonta, for being with us. I wanted to throw out a question that you might share some thoughts on now that you, assuming that your confirmation will go through, if you have any personal or administrative thoughts in regards to moving from the legislature to an administrative post, and what your thoughts might be in that regard, what some of the challenges might be going from a policy maker or a legislator to a real policy facilitator.
Great question. And I'm starting to anticipate what some of those challenges will be. I'm sure I'll experience them more concretely if confirmed. And but for the last eight plus years, I've been exactly what you said. I've been in the legislative branch. I've been a policymaker. I've seen sort of a blank palette of possibility for laws that we can create or introduce. We can look at the past laws and see if they still have relevance and meaning and add value, and consider abolishing them and creating new ones. So, the rules that we live by in the state of California has been, it's the duty and responsibility of the California state legislature to make sure that they're fair and just and equitable and sound and practical and help people. And so, moving over to the executive branch, as you mentioned, my role will be to enforce the law, to implement the laws. One of the interesting ironies will be that many of the key laws that the Attorney General will be focusing on are laws that I was a co-author of. So laws for independent investigations of officer-involved shootings, laws around bail reform, and some others. And it'll be my duty to implement them and follow the law. So I can still influence policy in the sense that I could, should I be confirmed, I could sponsor legislation. I could work with my many colleagues who I have deep relationships with over the last 8+ years to help pass bills and work in partnership and collaboration, which is the way I like to work. But it will be different, and I won't be making or passing budgets and showing values in the budget. I'll be given a budget, and I mean, I can ask for certain things, but the legislature and the governor will decide what that budget is, and I'll live with it and make it work. So it's a little bit different, but the Attorney General has incredible scope and breadth of work for every issue area that I worked on, whether it be environmental justice or criminal justice reform or healthcare or housing or tenants or immigrant rights or gun violence. Every single one of them, the Attorney General has a critical role to play. So it will be different, but it will also be a logical continuation and extension of much of the work that I've already done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah. Anyone else?
Pretty good.
Cool. Yeah. So it seems like
Anyone else? Hello. Anyone else? Comment before we close?
Yeah, I sure hope so.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. We got Biff's in the background. Not sure what's going on there, but Biff's was a great place when it was open. Folks.
Yeah. So, let's close it up because I know Rob is a busy man, and he has to get going and stuff. So,
thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Rob Bonta, for joining us in this meeting and meeting CALI, California Association of Legislators.
Oh, I want you to be involved. That's my plan. Yeah.
Hey, you gotta mute your mic there. But hey, everybody, thank you so much.
Turn your mic off.
Thank you.
Turn your mic off.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everybody. Assemblyman, thank you so much. We're sending out with a little.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
We'll see you.
Thank you.
Got it. See you.
Thank you, Rob.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Thank
Thank
you, Assembly Member.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate your attendance.
Thank you.
Of course.
And have a great evening, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, Hanley. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks, Eddie.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks, Eddie.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks,
All right,
Henry.
everyone. Take care.
Thank you. Take care. Good night, everybody.
Good job.
Thank you.
All right.
job, Heather.
Okay, Emily, are you
Thank you.
planning any more, Emily?
Was that
Are you planning any more for this evening?
more?
Are you doing anything more for the meeting this evening?
No. I think that's it. Just the introduction to.
Yeah, he didn't have any more instructions for me, so.
That's it. I mean, because I don't want to take Rob's time. He's really busy, and I know he has all that transitioning, right? He has a large staff. As an AG, right? You got to pick all the staff that he has and stuff. So yeah, that's about it. But I'm probably gonna do a meeting, local meeting, and have a very good speaker. He's actually a Navy SEAL, right? Former Navy SEAL, gonna teach about leadership. I think it's very good to hear from. This is actually, he is one of the few Navy SEALs in America that graduate BUD/S Academy twice. There's only very few people that graduated BUD/S.
Is that because you don't make it the first time?
No, he passed. He made it. I think it was a extent. I'm not sure his story, but you know, he made it, and then after that, he wanted to go do it again.
See, as a Marine Corps veteran, I have to ask that question. You know.
Yeah. So, well, you know, I doubt maybe he had some type of he graduated.
Third time's a charm. You know.
Injured himself, maybe. I don't know. And went there, run through it again.
All right, see you guys. Gotta go.
Okay. All right, guys.
All right.
I'm gonna end it.
Thank you all. Thank you.
All right, Hanley.
Thank you.
Great job, Hanley. Great
All
job.
right, thank you.
Thank you, Hanley.
All right.
Thank you very much. See ya. Well, folks, that's the end. I think somebody was saying the mic got shut off. I don't know how that happened. Susan, thank you for, looks like, wow, looks like you managed to hear something of it, right? I'm assuming. But at any rate, Rob Bonta is going to be the next Attorney General. He needs our support, however, on his way to the confirmation hearings. And I want to thank as well, first of all, this all started because Vern Glenn suggested to Hanley Chan that I be the MC to fill in for him last night, quite literally at the last minute. So, whew, okay. A lot of fun. So I'm quite honored to have presented the meeting and opened it up and everything else. So that ends this one, folks. Subscribe to Zenny62 and bookmark oaklandnewsnow.com. That ends this broadcast.